Imagine thinking your divorce is finally wrapping up. And then, years later, headlines pop up saying your ex is getting a cut of your retirement and your Magic Mike empire for life. That's exactly where Channing Tatum and Jenna Dewan have landed, and the internet is completely split between good for her and this is straight up greedy. Let's break down what actually happened, why people are so mad, and whether Jenna really took him to the cleaners or just got what she was owed. Channing and Jenna got together back in the Step Up days, married in 2009, and were basically Hollywood's favorite dance couple. They split in 2018, were officially single by 2019, but the money side of the divorce dragged on for years, mostly because of one thing: Magic Mike. Behind the abs, oil, and male stripper marketing, Magic Mike is a huge business. Movies, Vegas show, reality series, licensing deals that franchise prints money. Jenna's argument was simple. This wasn't just his dream. She was there from the start, they built that world while they were married, and she helped him grow that brand. So if Magic Mike turned into a multi-million-dollar machine, she wanted half of the profits tied to the marriage. Channing did not agree. That's why this divorce stayed stuck for so long. There were accusations that he wasn't handing over all the financial paperwork. He fired back, saying she was delaying everything and using stall tactics. Both sides lawyered up hard, and they were literally heading to trial. Then, at the last minute in late 2024, they finally settled. Now we know what that deal actually looks like. Jenna will receive around 50% of Channing's SAG producer's pension plan for money earned during their marriage. And before you think this is totally one-sided, it goes both ways. Channing also gets the same percentage of Jenna's SAG producer's pension plan from projects she produced while they were together. So it's not she gets half of everything he'll ever make forever. It's more like whatever retirement benefits were piling up in those years when they were a married power couple, they split that down the middle. But of course, that's not how it feels to a lot of people reading the headline, Jenna Dewan scores cut of Channing Tatum's retirement. Because look at where they are now. Jenna is engaged to Steve Kazee. She's had 2 more kids with him. She has her own career, her own projects, her own money. At the same time, Channing has moved on too. He got engaged to Zoe Kravitz. That ended, and he's now with model Inka Williams. They've both built totally separate lives. So when people hear she's getting his retirement, they see a woman with a new fiancé and new family still collecting money off the ex, and it rubs a lot of people the wrong way. Just look at the comments. Some people are cheering her on. Good for her, as she should. That magics. Mike money didn't make itself. There's a whole crowd who firmly believes that if 2 people build a life and a brand together, the partner who wasn't physically on set every day still deserves to benefit when that brand blows up. On the flip side, others are furious. You've got comments calling it sheer greed, saying she's got her own money, why does she need his? Asking why someone who's been with a new man for years is still tied into her ex's retirement. People are talking about her delaying getting remarried so she doesn't risk losing financial benefits, saying things like anything but her new baby daddy getting a job. And then there's a third group who are just confused. They're asking how she gets his retirement when he's not even retired yet, whether she's getting half of Magic Mike profits forever, and if this is even normal. Here's the thing, in long-term relationships where careers and companies get built while you're together, courts don't really care about the vibes. They care about what's community property. If you're married during the building phase of a brand, a pension, a franchise, there's a strong legal argument that both people helped create that stability, even if only one of them was the face on the poster. And that's what this settlement screams: compromise. Jenna originally wanted a full forensic breakdown and half the Magic Mike money. Channing argued he'd already tried to settle, that the marriage wasn't that long, that she's moved on and doesn't need spousal support. They were miles apart. In the end, instead of fighting in court over every future sequel, every Vegas ticket and t-shirt sold, they linked it to something concrete and measurable: their union years and their pension plans. Is that still a huge win for Jenna? Absolutely. Magic Mike was created when they were together, and those pension contributions and back-end points are worth a lot. But it's also a clean way for Channing to stop bleeding legal fees, stop dumping out financial documents, and finally close this chapter. The messier part isn't even the money, it's the optics. To a lot of people, Jenna looks like someone who built a whole new family, stayed engaged for years, and is still locked in a financial battle with her ex over money from movies he made and starred in. She looks like she wanted spousal support on top of all that, while having a partner at home who doesn't earn what Channing earns. To others, she looks like a woman who refused to let a man walk away with 100% of the empire they built while she sacrificed and supported behind the scenes. She had his child, lived that Hollywood wife life while he was on set and on tour, and she simply stood her ground until she was acknowledged as part of that success. So is Jenna Dewan a greedy ex? Or a woman who refused to leave millions on the table? That's the tension that makes this story so addictive. You've got love, fame, a cult movie franchise, babies with new partners, an engagement that's dragging on, accusations of stalling, and finally, years later, a settlement that reaches all the way into retirement. All I know is this: if you build something huge while you're married, you don't just walk away with the Instagram pics and memories. You walk away with your legal share even if the court papers don't make for a romantic ending. Tell me where you stand on this one. Do you think Jenna absolutely deserved that cut of Magic Mike and the pension? Or do you feel like this crossed the line into greed now that she's moved on with a whole new family? Let me know in the comments, and if you like deep dives into messy celebrity divorces, settlements, and power plays, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.